Hi guys, I'm trying to figure out if the gum I have in my mouth is distracting. I love that I can travel with the microphone. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm kind of business at the top, party at the bottom today. Even though I would love to stand, I'm definitely going to do standing videos because I feel like I'm quite a mobile girl. So I feel like that'd be fun. Anyways, I'm feeling very pink today. I'm feeling very me. So I thought, why don't I make a video talking about how to be cringe, but not cringe because I don't believe in being cringe. I don't even believe in that concept of cringeworthiness. And I'm here to help you get on that wave because that's the wave for 2024. Let's get into it. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the meme going around nowadays being like, to be cringe is to be free. And I'm here to tell you that that's very true. The first principle I need to get into for this video to make sense is the fact that you take up around 1% of the mental capacity of the majority of people in your life. Obviously, you have your close friends, you have, your close family members, the people who think about you, maybe 20%, even 20, that's a big amount. That's a big proportion. Maybe 10% of their week, you might take up their thoughts. But the majority of people who know you or you're afraid to be cringe around, think about you less than 1% of their life. Once you realize that the stage that you think that you're on has no audience members. I feel like people just underestimate the power of being weird. People underestimate the power of being themselves. I'm talking to people who feel oppressed purely down to their individuality, because that's what it is. That's what people being afraid to be themselves is. And it's we go out of our way to make life harder for ourselves for literally no reason. Because I often find, especially when you're able to actually be yourself and be weird and be just in people's way and just not be everyone's cup of tea. The people who aren't meant for you, the people who aren't meant for your space and aren't meant for your time will literally just move out of the way. And I feel the more you hide yourself, the more you conceal who you really are because you're afraid of judgment, you're just going to keep people in your life who just don't serve you and don't add to you or your being, which is just horror. Being confident, being cocky is outside of what is considered normal in our capitalistic society. But what you often find is that being these attributes, being cocky and being confident, or being either or, hopefully the confident one, leads to being successful. People who are the same as everyone else, people who don't stand out are not successful. People who stand out, people who go against the norm, people who just do weird shit and just are different are the people who are successful. You can't be successful by doing the same thing as everyone else. Otherwise, everyone would be successful. But everyone's not. But at its very core, people who are successful are cringe. People who are successful had to be cringe. If you watch Kanye West's documentary, and I know he's not the best example, but he's one of the greatest, unfortunately for y'all, he had to go around trying to convince people that he was a rapper when he was a producer the whole time. Do you know how cringe that is? It was so cringe to watch. But he had to be cringe in order to be Kanye. Y'all, are you guys not seeing it? After that long rant, you're probably thinking, okay, fine. How do I stop feeling cringe? I'm on the stage. I'm trying to step into my cringe hood. First of all, you need to stop judging other people. I do it. You do it. We all do it. The only way to stop judging other people is to literally just fix your neural pathways. We are beings of habit. If we do the same thing over and over again, we will see it as our normal. It will reflect our reality. So anytime you catch yourself judging someone, anytime you catch yourself passing kind of an unnecessary thought or comment about someone else that you wouldn't like if someone shared that about you, you stop yourself in your tracks. You'd be like, no, I don't want to say that. That's rude. I don't want to be judgmental. Just pause. Wait, no, they're actually cool. They're just being themselves. Try and empathize with this person because obviously there are going to be people that you don't like. That's just life. That's just the beauty of life. Having people for you, having people who aren't for you. You need the yin to have the yang, I think is beautiful. But being able to separate that, being able to separate the emotion of just knowing when someone is incompatible with you versus you judging them and passing negative energy towards them, accept it and let it flow through you and just be oh my God, I don't like this. Cool. And just keep it swinging in life. And the more you repeat that mantra to yourself where you're just not judging people, you're stopping yourself from judging people when those natural thoughts arise. Don't ever judge yourself for judging someone else. That never helps. But reprimanding yourself very gently is the only way to one, be a good person and two, stop judging yourself because you won't even have that neural pathway to do that unto yourself. Because you don't do it to others. And I feel that allows me to spread more love to other people. this is what I was going to get into, is you're only able to show the amount of love to others that you have for yourself. And I think this bleeds into the whole idea of cringehood. It's because I see the opposite of cringing as loving. Instead of being like, oh, and you recoil, you open your arms with love to embrace. And that's just the tea. And just finding ways to replace cringe with love in your life is kind of what you need to set yourself free. I don't know how the fuck I got into like free yourself from capitalism, but like being cringe is actually a capitalistic idea, because social norms, as we know them anyway, they are kept to keep you in a 9-to-5, which is fine. I want to work a 9-to-5, like I'm down. But it keeps you in like a shitty 9-to-5. Like it keeps you in the 21K like first tax bracket. Do you get it? And we're not trying to be there. I mean, okay, or maybe we are. Sorry. I'm like doing too much. I'm like spitting my like corporate bullshit on people. Hold on. No, but I mean like it keeps you not successful. Like it keeps you very mediocre. It keeps you average. And there needs to be like an abundance of average people in our society to allow people to be successful. We're like fed this idea that, you know, we need to subdue ourselves. We don't want to step out of line because we don't want to be like outcasted and ousted and shunned. When you know that you really admire people who are cringe, who are quote unquote cringe. You know that because they are famous people. They are successful people and we all admire them and they are cringe. Like if they weren't famous or successful, we would find them all cringe. But because we find them all cringe, we make them successful. I don't know. It's a weird circle. It's a weird paradox, to be quite honest. We admire people for being cringe and we all know this. Like we all have accepted this notion and we know this. Like we're like, good on her for being brave. Like that's so cool. I wish I had the confidence to do that. Like we say this all the time and we are aware of this, but yet we are still scared to kind of step into that ourselves. It's so strange, but it's obviously on purpose. People don't really stop to think about how that's on purpose and how you can push back from that. And when you push back, that's when you'll actually see gain, which is interesting to really think about, because it's just like, why? Who sat down and thought about this? Did someone sit down and think about this? Or is this just a secondary byproduct and no one really gave it much thought or feeling? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? The cringe or the capitalism? That's a good place to end this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it because this is what I usually do. I do this anyway. Like I talk to myself a lot. I like to like hypothesize and theoreticize and philosophize. Please let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about, any videos you want me to make. If you want me to like do a challenge or something, like I'll do it. Like I'll do the fuck out of it. The day Vaseline sponsors me is the day that like I can die happy. It's the day that I can just die. But they won't. Do they even sponsor people? I've never seen Vaseline sponsor someone. Okay. Bye.